52 degrees as the bikes came onto the grid, but this wind has really picked up a headwind, and as Stuart Shenton, Hopkins' team manager, said to me that this helps them because after about 3 o'clock the temperature starts to drop off, so they're hoping it goes back to around 40 odd degrees, which was around the qualifying temperature yesterday afternoon, and the air temperature now about 33 degrees, but this breeze is going to start cooling things down a bit.
Well, there is Alex Hoffman. Just interesting, we've talked about all the new regulations. Let's just quickly get onto the fuel, where they've reduced the capacity to 21 litres. Gav, is that going to make a lot of difference?
The riders are worried that it's going to. Obviously, these 800cc bikes are revving a lot higher than the 990cc bikes. They've got a litre less, so they're going to be using more fuel. There's some riders thinking that maybe come the cool-down lap at the end of the race, that they could be running out of fuel and having to get a lift back with some of the marshal.
Well, Gav has to do the interviews back in Park for he may be waiting a long time, I reckon. We just saw the Sol Neilmore there as well. Andrew Pitt, also back in Grand Prix racing. Good to see him, but his teammate, as we were told, Jerry Williams, out of the race after his crash yesterday. So the front row of the grid for the 2007 Motogp World Championship. In pole, Valentino Rossi. Here we go. Put the beers down, put the kettle off, sit yourselves down. We're excited. I hope you're excited. The riders are excited. It's 22 laps. It's MotoGP. It's 2007.
First row then. Valentino Rossi lines up on pole. 5,000s behind him in qualifying was Casey Stoner. He's in second position on the Ducati. And then third on that front row is Colin Edwards.
Tony Elias and Danny Pedrosa joined by a man still waiting to win his first Grand Prix, John Hopkins.
Row 3 sees Stoner's teammate Loris Capirossi line up with Ronnie De Punier and Nicky Hayden, the reigning world champion, down in 9th position on the grid.
3 Grand Prix winners on that third row of the grid, Shinji Nakano in the 250s, but they're all winners.
Chris Vermeulen in 13th position. Olivier Jacques, the Frenchman, returns from MotoGP this year, as does Alex Barros, who lines up on the outside of row 5.
And row 6, Sylvain Quintili, Alex Hoffman, Kenny Roberts Jr., the world champion 7 years ago.
Makoto Tawada is in 19th position. Jerry Williams will not line up in 20th position. That position will go to his teammate Andrew Pitt as they get away for the sighting lap. We're on board now with the reigning world champion Nicky Hayden, the Kentucky kid, looking to defend that #1 plate that he's riding with so proudly on his bike this year. Is Nicky Hayden going to be able to do it? It's not been a tough winter for him. Is he going to be able to defend his #1 title?
Now guys, I've missed that sound so much as they headed off getting the revs up and running, but just a quick tyre guide. Everybody on front, this is the Michelin tyre guide, all soft tyres at the front, hard tyres at the rear. It's so soft, they've all gone except for Jerry Williams not in it anymore, but slick all the way through, hard compounds front and rear. So it's going to be interesting. Hopefully you guys will get the Bridgestone tyre choice up there shortly.
Yeah, we've got to look at some of those Bridgestone tyre choices that they've brought up towards us. We've got the Ducatis of Capirossi and Stoner. They're both on medium fronts and rear. Honda Bassini of Melandri and Elias. That's interesting. Elias has gone for a soft front. Melandri's gone for a hard front. And Elias has also gone for a soft rear as well. So maybe towards the end of the race, you might see Tony Elias slipping and sliding around while Melandri's gone for a medium rear. The Kawasaki's and Depunier and Jack have gone hard on the front, hard on the rear. And the Pramac Dantine and the Suzuki's have both gone hard on the front and medium on the rear. So the Dantine, Ducatis and the Suzuki's with a similar tyre choice here for the race.
On to go. And I did about 1 minute before the start of the race. And what an important race this will be. Kenny Roberts Jr., what a season he had. What an end to the season. Almost run that race in Portugal. Would have won it. The race had ended a lap before it had. But fabulous effort by him and his team. And so we keep the spirit of Grand Prix racing alive. But
especially them and the likes of Ilmore as well. Obviously, Ilmore, no factory support. Kenny Roberts Senior and his team have the Honda engine, of course, but the bike is built around that Honda engine, and it is great to see the independent team still alive and kicking in MotoGP with 21 bikes on the grid. 20 today with the absence of Jeremy McWilliams.
Just a quick update on the tyres that we might have overlooked. All the Michelin runners are running the 16-inch front. They're 16.5 inches, the thing of the past, even though they're keeping them for the rear.
Valentino Rossi lines up for his 46th pole start of his Grand Prix career. Is it Rossi's revenge here in Qatar? He lost the World Championship last season to Nicky Hayden. There's nothing more than he wants than to win it back. Motogp 2007, 22 laps of Losail International Circuit. We are underway. 2007.
Looks like a good start. Everyone on the front row there. Valentino Rossi as well. We're going to see now on board in the middle of the pack as we go in. We're on board with Melandri, looking forward at one of the Ducatis. That's Losail Rossi, but they're going to turn one. Pretty much they started. Elias has made his way up. It's Rossi leading the way, and in second position it's Casey Stoner. Tony Elias in third place. Danny Pedrosa in fourth place at the moment. Colin Edwards has been relegated slightly to fifth position. John Hopkins just trying to go up at the inside. Hopkins gets past into fifth, but it's Valentino Rossi leading the way at the front.
Stoner made some great starts last season, didn't he, on the Honda? He doesn't seem to have forgotten that. He's hanging in there on the Ducati, but really, for the sake of the race, the sake of the championship, the sake of everybody else, we don't want Rossi to get away at the front. Stoner's still in second place. Danny Pedrosa all over the rear wheel there of Tony Elias, and that's a good start by Pedrosa after the problems he had this morning.
Rossi leads the way then from Stoner, just tucked in behind him. I'm not sure Rossi is going to be able to get away straight away because Stoner really does have some good pace here this weekend, as does Rossi's teammate Colin Edwards. Those are the three that I'm really looking for in this race to be hitting the front. So halfway through the first lap, it's Rossi leading, Casey Stoner in second place, Tony Elias in third position, Danny Pedrosa in fourth position, Colin Edwards in fifth.
Now, I hope it wasn't an omen, but as they left the line, Andrew Ilmore had smoke pouring out of the exhaust, so hopefully he can last the distance.
Yeah, Nicky Hayden picking up a place in 8th place, so not a bad opening half lap for Nicky Hayden after the disappointments he's had during qualifying and practice.
Also good for Marco Melandri, he's made his way up to 5th position. He's passed Colin Edwards, as has John Hopkins. They've both relegated Edwards down to 7th place, but Melandri started from 10th position on the grid, so it's a good start from the Italian. We expect him to come strong in the race, and he's doing so.
Into the last turn, into the start and finish straight. The former world champion, that sounds strange to say, but former world champion he is. Valentino Rossi leads the way, tucked in behind him. The impressive 21-year-old Australian Casey Stoner, and Stoner has gone past him and taken the lead.
Stoner leads the Qatar Grand Prix after the first lap here. Stoner hits the front. Rossi in second place. Elias goes back into fourth position, back past his teammate Marco Melandri. Rossi now into second, Pedrosa in third position. But what the power of that Ducati coming out of the final corner, just blasting past the Yamaha. The Ducati has had some of the top speeds here this weekend. Fuel, that's what we've been talking about beforehand. They've got a litre less. Can it stay till the end of the race?
It was after the press conference, Casey Stoner, and he said, no problem, they've done all the tests, they've done everything else. Racing coming. Just look at this as they power over the start finish line about 300 kilometres an hour. Casey Stoner says, thank you very much, goodbye. Valentino Rossi's Yamaha. Look at that. It's like a pass of the traffic lights.
And as you see further down the order, Marco Melandri gets a place back on his teammate Tony Elias. Elias goes straight back past him. Real ding-dong battle going on between the two Honda Gresini riders battling for fourth position at the moment. Just further behind them, you've got John Hopkins, Colin Edwards. Loris Capirossi's got back past Nicky Hayden now, so Hayden down into ninth position. And behind them, Nakano, De Punier, Checo, Vermeulen, Ginzoli, and Makoto Tamada making up the points in 15th place.
Now, we talk about the fuel, guys, and the economy. The Ducati started at Valencia straight after the last race, revving out to about 20,000 revs. They've knocked that down to about 7.5 to 18,000, so they're trying to, same as all of them, they knock the revs off and even lean them up to try and make this fuel last a bit longer.
Right old ding-dong going on between Tony Liz and Marco Malandro. I don't know if that pleases them or not, teammates, because Marco Malandro, he had a great on-board shot from the start. They looked at Messi and Moti in there, didn't he? But he's done really well to get back, but he wants to get past Tony Liz as quick as he can, because if he doesn't, there's going to be problems. Here he comes, he's getting up the inside of Tony Liz and Marco Malandro through.
This is Daniel Pedrosa. Danny Pedrosa gets past Rossi across the line. Rossi's going to try and go up the inside of Danny Pedrosa. So Rossi back into second place. But again, we saw the Honda get past the Yamaha. I wonder with a full fuel tank what Valentino Rossi, well, he just hasn't quite got the power that he would like, because Pedrosa and Stone have both gone past him on that start-finish straight. But Rossi showed him who's boss, gets back up into second place.